The 64th session of the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States and European Union Parliamentary Joint Assembly has elected Uganda's Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, as a member of the Bureau to represent East Africa. This meeting, which is underway in Angola's capital, Rwanda, saw Tayebwa nominated by the Seychelles and seconded by Kenya. He will be the voice of some 9 East African countries.
These include Seychelles, Mauritius, Djibouti, Comoros, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda and Burundi, the over 9 countries. And the major issues we shall be focusing on will be on implementation of the Samoa Agreement, which has replaced the Cotonou Agreement that had been running for over 20 years.
He says his top priority, even as he assumes the new role, is to address the issue of energy transition. According to Tayebwa, the European Union has for long attempted to push countries in the global south to abandon their traditional energy methods, something he says must be negotiated for the benefit of the least developed countries.
We must be able to exploit our resources, but without damaging the environment. But also Africa, which is contributing almost 3% of global emissions, cannot be the one paying the heavy price and receiving the heaviest penalties when it comes to energy transition. These are issues which we must be now able to negotiate.
The other priorities that Tayebwa says must be negotiated include conversations about climate change, gender parity, human rights, democracy, and peace and conflict resolutions.
We shall ensure that indeed unfair trade practices and unfair trade restrictions which are coming from our big brothers in the European Union are negotiated on fair ground and on fair terms.
Martin Peters Owino, a Kenyan Member of Parliament, says he is optimistic that Tayebwa will ably represent the East African region, basing on his previous performance.
Following how he has been representing or deliberating in these sessions, he's a very forthright and decisive guy, and I know he's going to represent us well. Even though our partners may be taking this opportunity to divide us into region thinking we will be weaker, I think with him heading the East Africa regional section, we will be much stronger, and we want him to bring us together, first of all, communicate effectively, that we may discuss issues before it comes to the floor when we have the sessions. In that way, we may have articulated very, very well what is affecting us.
There are going to be 5 members from Africa that are going to be negotiating with the European Parliament on these issues, and I hope that if we can remain focused from a Pan-Africanist perspective, then we shall be able to engage the European Parliament and achieve much more for our continent.